Chicago Bears, don't overthink this. Don't overdo this. I was like, I did a lot of time going between now and the free agency and the draft. Don't overdo this. Don't overthink it. I was like, look. So first of all, I came around to being like, let's just go ahead and trade Fields and start the thing over. I was the one that was on the trade down, get a bevy of picks and build around Justin Fields. But now it doesn't look like that. My whole thing was being as a Dolphins guy that I'm like, or even not just that, but the Philadelphia, like look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They like both of those teams did moves in a way where they stockpiled picks, built the team, but they still always had picks and like to basically be like if they wanted to still snag a quarterback if the quarterbacks didn't work out or Tua or Hurts, they could take a quarterback. They could still move up and get a quarterback. That's what I was thinking with the Bears. I'm like, hey, move down, you get a first round. I was like, you get a first round pick next year, a second round pick. Um, hey, you maybe get more picks. You maybe get another first round pick. Who knows? But you get a bunch of them. Build that roster around Justin Fields. If he don't do it today, guess what? That's it. I was like, who cares? You have 2 first round picks next year. And you like, oh, well, guess what? Now we done grab that receiver, linebacker, corner, whatever, all these other pieces. Cool, now we can draft a quarterback. But anyway, doesn't look like they're going to do that. I doubt they do that. So, hey, I'm on board with moving Fields wherever he's going to go. Secondly, just go ahead and draft Caleb Williams. Because right now, I'm seeing that they're like, oh, McDaniels. I was like, Jaden McDaniels. Okay. Or Jaden Daniels, my bad. There are too many Daniels in rotation around here. But I was like, there's no way. At first I was thinking, I was like, there's no way they could do this and do Drake May. And there's no reason that I'm thinking they're doing Jaden. And there's a couple reasons why. I was like, one, hey, look, if Caleb's been the highly talented quarterback, the first quarterback going this whole time, don't overthink it. Go ahead and draft that dude. I was like, it's better to go with what I was like. It's basically like C.J. Stroud. We sort of like do what he was, and it was almost too much that people that were like, what about Bryce Young though? And it's like, nope, let's do C.J. Stroud. But what about Bryce Young? All right, cool, we're gonna take Bryce Young. And also, I don't think that. Like also with last year, there was Anthony Richardson, and I was like, his ceiling was in a way that I was like, okay, if you're not gonna go with the proven guy, then let's go with the high upside crazy talent. I don't feel like that's really here. Like I see Jaden, I was like, he looked like he throws really well in the pocket. His running ability is really good, but also too, I'm just like, no, just go for Caleb. I was like, he seemed like he's more like to me. He seemed like he could be Jordan Love. I was like, more than anything right now. But also I was like, they can't take Drake May. Kind of just like, I don't think like unless he was like the quarterbacks, unless they stood out, you're not gonna be able to rub Mr. Trubisky and UNC out their mouth. You're just not. Also, too, getting Jaden, I'm like, how is that really too different than Fields in this situation in the eyes of people? Like Fields, even though I thought he was more pro ready than some of the other quarterbacks or whatever that he came out with, guess what? He still had a little curve to try to do things. I was like, he was running like crazy, and then he started to develop his passing, even though he was more of the opposite at Ohio State. So why would you also want to give somebody at least like he might be? I was like, look, he'll probably be ready to go. I don't think it's going to be that much of a learning curve because I just don't think that's what these days is what it is. But I'm just saying from the perception of just say fans, you basically are going to pick another running quarterback because that's what he looks like. Because that's what the highlights we show mostly. They don't show his throwing highlights, so that's already from that optic. But also, you got like a small dude, and it's like, can he also throw it in Chicago weather? Um, and I think it's small frame. So I'm like, I think if you, how everybody says, like somewhere between RG3 and Lamar Jackson type of body, So that I was like, I think that played the factor of it. But I'm just like, look, I don't. I was like, let's go with Caleb because he looks at least like his stuff. It looks like his stuff is ready to go. And do you trust after y'all just already sort of fail and what it is with Justin Fields that y'all like? That's what I think it is more so. It's that perception. Is that not necessarily the people in the building? Of course, you believe in yourself. You believe in the people you got around you and all this other stuff. So guess what? Yo, it don't stink. But for everybody else, or everybody looking in, everybody's like, you sort of fail Fields. Why would we believe that you're going to basically bring in another, not project, but another guy that seems like we're going to have to build it for him and y'all can't do it? We haven't seen that y'all can do that. Whereas like Caleb might be the prospect where it's like he might be able to do it, be damn on what y'all do around him. And but just don't overthink it. Like Caleb in the top. If you know everybody's willing to trade you stuff to get the guy, guess what? You might want to pick that guy. Otherwise, everybody probably will stick where they're sort of at, and people are trying to move up. But hey, I was like, it's really just because I'm like, like not that the general manager is somebody that looks at all these mocks and listen to all these analysts and all these people talking or whatever. But let's also act like we're not stupid. That you do hear things and people do go through the motions of hearing stuff, listening to things, and then your scouts come and tell you something else, and then all of a sudden, guess what? Now your mind is a little different. You don't know. What should we do? Pull here, pull there, or that kind of thing. But just don't overthink it. Just do what you got to do here. But anyway, that's it. Chicago Bears. Use his brain.